go. We connected. Sorry, the last 9 minutes I've been trying to reconnect Facebook to the live feed. I don't know what was going on. It was not. We are live on TikTok. Shout out to everybody on TikTok. Everybody who's been following me on TikTok lately. That's what the second screen is. This is the first screen with everybody on Facebook. Thanks for stopping in. You have made your way back to the Realty Resource Report. This is the latest and greatest in real estate news, what's happening in the world, buyer tricks, seller tricks. If you're trying to get into home ownership, that's what this show is about. Every Monday I do this live broadcast. Yes, it comes on at different times because I am trifling like that, but you just got to get what you get and don't throw a fit, right? So I do want to plug a podcast. It is not my podcast. It is not, I have zero affiliation with it. But if you ever get a chance to watch the Danny Jones podcast, I am just ecstatic about that show. I don't really know if the things they are covering are 1,000% accurate. They have very interesting characters that are on this podcast. But if you have not got a chance to try it, check it out, or see anything about it, the Danny Jones podcast. Same thing goes with the Outside Minds podcast. Same thing goes with the Hot Tea No Sugar podcast. There's a bunch of podcasts that my friends and family are doing. Definitely check those out. Very great, informative, very funny and entertaining at the same time. You know, life is lifing. We are in the thick of December. Today is December 8th. It is flying. The Christmas tree is up, apparently. There is holiday lights on the house. We have the Christmas lights going on with the timer. It is full steam right now. We are in the holiday season, you guys. Gingerbread lattes, peppermint latte, they are all in the works. They exist again at your local Starbucks, Seattle's best, Borders bookstore. I know they don't exist no more. I miss being at those locations. So my stories for the day, I have my articles. I believe it was saying what, Zillow, Warner Bros. That's crazy. The Netflix situation. Netflix is so excited about their acquisition that they've already sent me an email like, hey, we done already bought, but hold on, buddy. Hold on. I got news on that today. Got news on that. So my first story of the day. Zillow removes its climate risk data. I had a whole story on this. I brought up a whole story on this, on how the new appraisals coming into 2026 will analyze, adjust, and address any climate situations that are happening in or around your property. Okay? Let me put my phone on mute because this is usually the time when people start hitting me up. And I've already gotten those messages. So, Zillow has got backlash, and they are now going to remove all the climate information and climate data that might change the direction of your offer, or if you want to live in a certain area, because it does put sellers at a disadvantage, because the certain things that are popping up on these climate risk assessment data are things that not necessarily the seller knew buying the property in the first place, and these could be developing changes with the changing of the climate. I forgot the climate change and situations like that. So certain circumstances around properties may have changed over the years based on infrastructure needs, changing in the climate, things of that nature. And so not being able to sell your property or being able to sell it faster based on the climate circumstance kind of seemed unfair to the sellers. So I guess they caught backlash from a few prominent brokerages in the area in California. So now they will be removing that information. I don't know if that will be nationwide. So I don't know if Florida, Texas, Michigan, I don't know if every state is going to adapt that and no longer address the assessment situation. I think it's awesome. I think the more information, the better you can make decisions. The more you know, the more you could do, type of thing. So I'm all about information. So if you know more about things that's going on, same thing with my sellers. If we know a lot that's happening with the property, rather it's a renovation situation or a fire that happened in the past, or maybe something's flooded during the past, it's great to know this stuff, to let people know, so that if something pops up in the future you're not on, you know what I mean? Like you're not what's the word? You're not stuck, right? You're not on the hook for whatever that is. As long as disclose, disclose, disclose. That's what all our business is about. Let everybody know everything that's going on, every single situation, everywhere it happens. Because the more that people know, the less it's going to be on you when they discover something that might not be too, you know, too great for them. All right. Now, my second story of the day is Denver, Colorado sees the nation's sharpest drop in home values amongst all the large metropolitan areas in the United States. So that goes for New York, Houston, Miami, Los Angeles. It is Denver, Colorado that has saw the most strikingly drop prices. And they're saying it's because of the pandemic, reflects as a mix of increased inventory and affordability pressures, high mortgage rates, changing demands. There's a lot of things that have shifted in the Denver market. And if you don't really know too much about Denver, Colorado, they have a really big military population. There's multiple military bases out there. So I'm very curious if that had a great impact on this. And I know that they are building like crazy out there. So it could be a sign of a boomtown market to a certain degree, because if you were all working remote, if you have a prominent military population, maybe they're moving back, maybe they're moving out. More to look into that. I actually dropped the articles to these things. That's crazy. So, year over year, I mean, it's a reversal in the market ever since the pandemic. And distressed watchers, watchful owners, majority are sitting on the large equity gains. You know, the real estate market is so interesting right now, to be honest with you, that every market is completely different. Every buyer wants something different. Every seller is trying to get a different value. And the sellers are completely flabbergasted on how much equity or how much their property is worth now compared to what it was when you bought it and you started working on it. And the thing is, even if it's worth all that today, it's not necessarily saying buyers in the market can afford that current value, right? And I guess my follow-up thought is like BlackRock, man. If you're trying to get that top dollar, you better call them. I mean, they're scooping in and trying to create rentals from the market from what the rumors say. What the rumors are saying. I haven't seen any BlackRock investors out here yet. So my third story of the day: Netflix and their whole excited self, right? We got Warner Brothers. We got Warner. So, let me get myself back. There we go. So Warner Brothers is super excited because they're getting absorbed by somebody. They don't know who they're getting absorbed by. The reason I say that is because Netflix deal isn't official. It's not official yet. It's not official. So Netflix made a $72 billion offer to buy Warner Bros. But Paramount Studios, Skydance came around the corner like, we got 108. We got 108. Okay? Netflix is offering 72 billion. Paramount got 108 billion. Now what we doing? And he said, and Paramount said that we have more regulation, more transparency, and our deal is cash. All right, so I do deal in real estate, and I do know there's a giant difference between getting a mortgage and buying cash. We're talking about appraisals, we're talking about timelines, we're talking about the speed of the transaction in general. If you were one major studio buying another major studio, why does it matter? That's kind of where my question comes in. Is like, once we're pushing past a couple million, nobody's planning to see this in cash anytime soon, my guy. I'm just being honest. Like, we're not planning to see any of this in cash. I don't know if you've seen these viral videos on TikTok or on X, but there is guys that are literally going around trying to withdraw $20,000 to $30,000 from a bank just to pay their workers, just to pay their construction workers, their whole crew, because they're doing fix and flips. And he literally has to go to 5 different banks just to get out $30,000 because they don't have that much liquidity on hand. And that says a lot about, you know, fill in the blank. So, with that being said, when you're talking about 72 billion, when you're talking about 108 billion to acquiring another studio, you're not going to be able to get that cash out, my guys. So there's no real point to even saying that, to be honest with you. But maybe they're just trying to expedite the fact that they have less contingencies on their deal, right? They have less stipulations. You could just come and buy, you know? Maybe that's what they mean by that. So those are my stories for the day. And then you know you wouldn't be here without a buyer and seller tip, right? What's going on, cuz? See you on here. Got a couple family members joining the TikTok live. So when I get on here, when I talk about the real estate market, what is going on with it, these news stories, I like to provide everybody a buyer tip and a seller tip to help you navigate the market moving forward. So if you're looking to buy a house this year, next year, 2026, or if you're looking to sell your current home or sell it next year, 2026, this is the part of the show where I give you a tip and trick on how to do or how to move a little bit faster to get things done, okay? Now, my buyer tip for the day. Buyer tip for the day. If you know the market is shifting, that means you have an advantage. If you're looking to buy a house currently right now with prices all over the place, sellers are selling at whatever price you're willing to pay right now, you have the power. All right? So you have negotiation ability as of right now. If you are a buyer looking to buy a house in the middle of December 2025, I'm telling you now, you got all the power, all the negotiation ability, all the offers are in your hands because at the end of the day, if somebody is trying to sell their house during winter and you're willing to move your foundation to a new location while it is 30 degrees outside with snow, you got it, boss. You're the one. You get to you can set the pace. However you want to do it, whatever you want to do, that's you, man. That's you. So with that being said, if you're looking to buy a home during the winter months, buyers have the advantage in negotiation ability because only serious sellers sell during the winter. Okay? So that's my buyer tip of the day. As you see the market shifting around, understand that you have an advantage. Winter months, buyers have advantage. Take it to heart, understand that. Okay? That's my buyer tip for the day. That's my buyer tip. My seller tip for the day, other side of the fence, you're trying to sell the house this year, trying to sell the house in 2025, trying to sell the house in 2026, price it to go. The higher we are, this is experience right now. I'm speaking from experience. I got a couple listings on the market and I have 3 more coming this week. So with this being said, as the market slows down, as it gets colder outside, we are in the middle of the holiday time, okay? So people are traveling. They are trying to go see family members. They are trying to get gifts. They are trying to handle the bills while they're doing all this. So with that being said, if you are selling during the winter months, people are scrutinizing your house. They are analyzing it. They are chopping it down because at the end of the day, they are thinking about all this other stuff that they're trying to pay for and survive through while transfer to the next property. Okay? With that being said, if we are priced too high, it puts us in a crazy position to stay on the market longer and getting low ball offers. So at the end of the day, why do we want to stay in this place? Okay. So with that being said, if we know that we aren't getting the offers we want or any offers at all, it's a sign that we're too high in the market. That's just what it is. I have some listings I'm about to go over and show you guys right now. And one of them, unfortunately, is already under contract before I could even get on the show because they priced right. Salute to you. You priced it right. So with that being said, if the price is right, the house is gone. If you're on the market more than a week, more than 2 weeks, the only reason that is happening is because you have the house priced way too high. That's it. It's not rocket science, but it can be if you want it to be. All right. So that's my buyer seller tip today. Now we're going to plug the team. You know, we can't do the Realty Resource Report without plugging the team. Remax Broadwater, St. Clairsville, Ohio. This is where we sell real estate. Let's get to it, man. Shout out to everybody who was at the Wheeling Board of Realtors last Thursday. It was a great time. I wish I could have hung out longer. You guys are hilarious, every single one of you who are selling real estate in the West Virginia market. But just wanted to throw that out there. So my first house that I'm plugging for the day, 171 Township Road, 267. This one's listed by Dante. And this is in Amsterdam, Ohio. This is a 2-bedroom, 2-bath on 2 acres for $195,000. For $200K. Okay, 2-bedroom, 2-bath on 2 acres. I like those numbers. Reach out to Dante for more information about that listing. It's a really good one. Now, my next listing I got for you guys is the one I brought up earlier. This one is in St. Clairsville, Ohio, where we are broadcasting this. Bada bing, bada boom. This is 70828 Crescent Road. This is listed by Taylor. And she has this as a 3-bedroom, 2-bath on 2 acres. Hold on again. 3-bedroom, 2-bath on 2 acres for $299. And it's already under contract. I showed you this and you're already late. You're already late. But this is how serious this morning was. We started with Red Bull. Red Bull, you guys. No coffee this morning. The only reason I'm showing you this while it's already under contract is because they're accepting other offers. Go get your showing. Go check out this house. They are accepting backup offers, you guys. Backup offers. That one's listed by Taylor. If you need more information, reach out to her. The next one I got for you guys today is 1057 Pennsylvania Ave in Weirton, West Virginia. As you know, I'm not licensed in West Virginia, so I only know a limited amount of information for this house. So with that being said, this is listed by Dante and at an awesome price. $55,000. This is the 4-bedroom, 2-bath for $55,000. Let me say it again. This is a 4-bedroom, 2-bath for $55,000. If you want more information, you have to reach out to Dante. Please reach out to Dante. Gosh, that's a great price. The house is coming to the market right now. Let me tell you, they are in the ballpark, you guys. We are finally in the ballpark. This one is in St. Clairsville, Ohio. I'm going to hurt. Let me get the right. I'm about to say the wrong thing. Let me get the right info. This one's going to hurt. This is a 5-bedroom, 2-bath. 5-bedroom, 2-bath, you guys, for $142,000. $140K. 5-bedroom, 2-bath. And it's on 1.8 acres. Almost 2 acres also. This one's listed by Taylor also. You need more info, you better reach out. Contact me, contact her. We can get you all the info you need, you guys. And then so my last listing I have for you guys today, 606 Commercial Street. This is a commercial listing. This is $16,000. $16,000 you could own your own commercial building. If y'all aren't in real estate, this is the greatest way to park your money, in my personal opinion. So those are the listings we have for today. If you guys have any questions when it comes to the buying and selling process, please reach out. I'm going to stay longer live on the TikTok after this, just to kind of wrap up a few things, go over a few things. I have some very interesting videos showing up on my TikTok. If you guys have not seen them recently, I am now diving into my time-space, space-time continuum. I appreciate everybody who is along that journey with me. If you do not understand what that journey is, you should probably go over to TikTok and see what that is. Other than that, I'm going to finish my Danny Jones podcast, wrap up on a few bills. I have some sellers I need to reach back out to, contact them. And in the meantime, you guys have a wonderful time, wonderful day, wonderful week, wonderful holiday, right? Because at the end of the day, this is the season to be jolly and those type of things, all right? I appreciate you guys stopping in. Please like, subscribe, share if you found this information to be any kind of knowledgeable, any kind of helpful. Until next time, see you guys next time.